Welcome to the Smart Weight Loss Coaching Podcast. I'm Dr. Lisa Olson, a board-certified weight loss medicine specialist and certified life coach. In this podcast, I'll share fresh insights and effective techniques for incorporating mindset, habit change, and proven science into your life. Are you ready to achieve sustainable weight loss, wellness, and longevity? Then let's jump in and lose weight the smart way. Welcome back. This week, one of the women in my program, let's call her Katie, told me she threw together a healthy dinner for her family using a rotisserie chicken. I paused, took a deep breath. It really hurt my heart to do it, but because it's my job, I suggested that we look up the ingredients in a rotisserie chicken, already knowing that the news was not going to be good. In addition to the expected chicken water, salt, and broth, there was also sodium phosphate, sugar, dextrose, isolated soy protein, monoglycerides, and diglycerides all on the ingredient list. All of these are Nova 4 or ultra-processed ingredients that will make you hungrier, cause weight gain, and increase your risk for a host of metabolic diseases. But actually, the point of today's podcast is not to read ingredient labels relentlessly to weed out these Nova 4 foods like rotisserie chicken. The point of today's episode is what happened next. Katie said, I guess I could just make baked or grilled chicken breasts for myself because I already do that for my dog. I'll just pause and let that sink in. She already bakes chicken breasts from pasture-raised, grass-fed, no antibiotic, no growth hormone-raised chickens for her dog. Listen, as a pet owner myself, I understand how much she loves her dog. I'm definitely not trash-talking her for taking care of her dog like he's the most important baby in the world. I treat my new kitty cats like they are sweet little babies who need a tsunami of love, attention, and affirming talk. So no judgment that Katie takes amazing care of her dog and makes him homemade food. What gives me pause and actually really floored me was the fact that while her dog was eating roasted veggies, brown rice, and baked chicken, she was eating rotisserie chicken with its mono and diglycerides and not enjoying brown rice or roasted veggies with it. What's going on here? Well, clearly, Katie is a helper, and like all helpers ever, she puts everyone's needs ahead of her own. It turns out that Katie batch cooks her dog's homemade food every weekend. Does she do the same for herself? No, she doesn't. And that's a piece of why she's feeling stuck with her weight loss. She's never made herself a priority. Her weekdays are busy volunteering at her kids' elementary school and within her community. She's the sports mom, the PTA mom, the helper and supporter of everyone. She takes care of her husband, her kids, her dog, and her house, never pausing for a moment to ponder this important question. Katie, who's taking care of you? And how about all of you listening? Not everyone is a self-described helper, but it seems most women I work with in my program would fall into this category. Some of them are helpers by profession, like teachers and nurses, while others are moms, daughters, neighbors, and friends who just never say no to an opportunity to defer their own needs in favor of others. If you're a helper, it might feel a little itchy for you to advocate for what you want and deserve, which is often just a little help and support around the topic of food and weight. If you're trying to lose weight and it seems there's never enough time to batch cook for yourself, it might be time for a change. In my household, I find that I've somewhat trained my family to consider my needs last because I've demonstrated repeatedly that whatever they want for dinner is fine and I'll go with the flow. This is particularly evident when everyone wants to go out or to order in. There's a vegan restaurant in my area called Spirit Elephant. I love their food, the atmosphere, and the service. It's a delightful restaurant. Every time the four of us talk about where we'd like to go out for dinner, I always mention that I'd like Spirit Elephant, and the most common reaction I get is fake vomiting, which is just gross and unappreciated. They have no idea. They've never eaten there. They just assume because it's vegan and I like it that they won't. But honestly, I think they're wrong. The food is healthy and amazing. And yet, how many times have I advocated for myself? How many times have I said, we're not getting pizza again until you guys go to my restaurant this time? That would be 0 times. I've never once insisted that we go to the restaurant I'd prefer. I already feel like it's a huge step that when they want pizza, we order from a place down the street from Spirit Elephant, and I run over to grab food to go for myself. Is this resonating with anyone? Anyone else want to eat healthy, but feel like it's pulling teeth to get your family to give your food a try? Or are you like Katie, making a lot of effort with the food you make for other people or dogs, and then putting in very little effort for yourself? If you're nodding because you recognize yourself in any of these examples, you might find weight loss hard simply because you don't prioritize yourself, nor have you trained those around you to consider your needs and wants important. I'd like to think it's not necessary to show others how to treat us, but actually, when we defer our own desires over and over again, we're telling people through our actions that that's fine with us. I see this as a spectrum. For example, I don't defer to my family's food whims 100% of the time. At home, I stand up for myself more when it comes to healthy food, especially because I do the cooking. There are always vegetables that I like on the table when I make dinner, and often enough, meat is a side course that I don't necessarily choose to eat. For me, the challenge is when we get food out. Oh, and one other time, actually, that is on the rare occasion when someone else is doing the cooking. It's pretty clear that no one asks, what would mama like for dinner? It's assumed that if they make what they like, I'll make do. So if this is all familiar, I've got a few ideas for you today, and I'm listening for myself too. As with everything related to weight and health, I find raising awareness is half the battle. It's time to do a little audit of your food situation. Are you always deferring to what others want to eat? This might pop up with friends or if you're dating, not just with family. If you think deferring to others is blocking your weight loss success, grab your notebook and write down a few things for me. What would dinner look like this week in an ideal world? Are you always the one cooking? Is anyone else helping? Do you like to eat out or order in? What kind of food works for you when you go out? What food would you like to avoid this week? Are you interested in pressing pause on being a people pleaser and saying yes to everyone else's favorites while not standing up for your own? What do you want for dinner tonight? Not what do you think everyone can agree on. What do you want? Okay, now imagine you're the food service fairy and you can wave your magic wand. Give me one thing that would be amazing for you this week. Go ahead, get crazy. Maybe you want to eat dinner at Spirit Elephant. The food service fairy isn't judging you and she's not asking you to compromise. She's here to make your dream come true. Actually, she's just here to get you to articulate your dream so you can make it come true. Just write down one thing that you want when it comes to your food or your health this week. This is the time when I usually ask what you'd like to do for your MBA, your next best action. But today I'm feeling a little bossy and I already know that you've got one thing in mind that would be amazing for you this week when it comes to food. So may I suggest that your MBA is to speak up for what you want this week and start knowing that your needs matter. You're important too. And when you prioritize yourself sometimes, the people who love you will not only understand, they'll be happy for you, or happy-ish. Keep in mind that advocating for yourself takes practice, and it's an adjustment for you and those around you. While I wish that food service fairy was available 24/7 to make this easy, She's not that kind of helper, so it's time to help yourself. You've got this. Thanks so much for listening. If you'd like more support during your smart weight loss journey, check out our group coaching program at smartweightlosscoaching.com. Until next time, stay well and stay smart.